Phone conversations started turning very serious. I mean, I would do things like, when I get home, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do to you, you know? Pushing the envelope a little bit, going, I'll see how this fits, you know? But I'm 3,000 miles away or more. So I'm safe, right?
Did you ever think that this would happen to you in quite this way?
No, I know you're talking to her, but no.
Because I know her better. No.
Not to me.
No, you just can't imagine it. And then, but you have imagined it all your life, but then you can't imagine it because it's never happened, and then it happens, and then you can't imagine it. But then you imagined it all the time. But now it's here, so it's hard to imagine.
She said this, that you know, all the sappy people you've ever seen in your life, and people saying, oh, my darling husband, and all that, or my darling wife, which you always thought, yeah, well, it's, you know, it's a lifestyle. But it's really about something that we understand now, you know.
Really understand.
Yeah.
Put it this way, the other night, he was, you know what spooning is, don't you?
I think so.
Spooning.
Yeah.
So he was like whispering, he was holding me and whispering in the back of me.
Sleeping spoon
Yeah,
stock.
sleeping like spoon stock, cuddling in bed. Is that what we're talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
And we were just about to fall asleep, I thought, you know, and he says, I don't want to fall asleep. And so I say, why not? And he says, because then I'll miss you. What should we do tonight? Tell me.
Well,
We don't know what to do because we'd be happy doing anything.
yeah. You know, it's tough when you're satisfied.
That's very funny.
What would be your ideal romantic date, evening, night out?
Dates?
Yeah,
I
what
hate
date? You
Dates I hate.
Well, an evening with someone that you know.
Oh, that I know?
Well.
We like to stay in bed.
Oh, we're talking about a we here?
Yeah.
Oh, this
we
would
like
be-
to stay in bed and read and watch movies and play around.
Hello?
Keep each other company.
I like that. Playing around never
What
hurt
else is
anyone.
there? I mean, really, and have food, you know. Take food into the bed and food for thought. Food
We are
for...
talking about a new man in your life here, I think. We're talking about James Brolin.
Mm-hmm.
How did you two meet?
A friend of mine introduced us.
And was
Dinner
it
party.
instant bells ringing? And all
I
that?
don't know if the bells rang, but it was. He sure kept my interest.
You described him as your dream man. I mean, what is a dreamy? What can you tell us?
He's just kind, sensitive, supportive, not competitive, handsome,
Not bad. huh?
smart. No, he has a long list of attributes. Yeah.
You were married once before. I mean, is there any marriage prospects on the cards here?
Well, do you think I would discuss this on public?
Well, it's just me and my nosy nature, just trying to find out whether...
That's a complex subject.
Yeah, all right.
actually.
All right. I can back off when I'm told.
Now, you found love with the lovely James Brolin who you were talking about earlier. How did you two meet? How did that all come about?
Actually, a friend of mine met him at a party and somehow asked his manager if he wanted to meet me. He said yes, and I was in the middle of editing Mirror Has Two Faces. So it was really inconvenient to have to leave my editors and go into town to meet somebody.
So when you met him, when you first laid eyes on him, what did you think?
I thought I was meeting a guy with a full head of brown hair and a beard. So when I walked in, I saw a guy with like his head shaven off, no beard. I just said hello and then just disappeared till I had to sit down next to him at dinner.
Did you know pretty soon that he was the one that you were...
Well, I liked the fact that I said, I have to go home now, and Renata, who's been my assistant for 30 years, you know, she's waiting for me to take me home. He says, no, I'll take you home. I went, really?
Did you like that?
Well,
Did
I
you
had
like
told my
that?
editors that I was coming home to work with them. Don't leave, I'll just be gone for about 2 hours and I'll come back. And when he said that, it was, yeah, I hadn't had a man say that to me, you know, I'm taking you home. I really liked that.
Yeah.
So I called Renata, go home, Renata, tell the editors to go home, and that was it.
And that was...
There was a song written about this.
Yes. Yeah, was it Diane Warren? Yeah, she wrote the,
Dionne Warwick?
No, Diane Warren, the songwriter, saw this interview and wrote this song, which is was it Independence Day or?
I think so.
It was a big hit.
All because
I
of
don't
this
want to go to sleep because I'll miss you, something like that. Something really corny.
Would you and Barbara ever make a film together?
You know,
direct it?
in all this time, in this 13 years we've been together, we have read about 4 scripts together, both thinking, oh boy, I hope this works, you know.
Yeah.
And we'll read it alive, And matter of fact, we did one like 2 weeks ago. And then you know, when you turn the last page and close it, if you're not inspired, it doesn't happen. You know, you have to go. Oh, we got to do this. She's working on a film now. I mean, she's preparing, possibly directing herself something. You know, so. But she's not inspired very often.
Right.
How's you and Brolin work, huh?
It's been 14 years.
What's the
How long have you been married?
13.
More, so we're more than you. My Lord.
What's the secret?
He does his thing in one room and I do. I don't know. You know, opposites attract.
They're definitely opposite, right?
I think so. Yeah.
He's more laid back than you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Much more laid back than me. I didn't meet the man in my life till we were editing the movie. So, you know, did I manifest him? That's the question.
Why did you decide to come forward? You are a private person.
Come forward
to a
with
degree.
what?
Why with your relationship with James Brolin?
We didn't, you know.
Oh, I thought it was...
The Globe came out, I mean, again...
But you wanted to beat them to the punch.
No, the Globe came out, after we had known each other for a month, we went to a party for the woman who introduced us. So it was the first time we ever went into town. Came out of this restaurant and was photographed by someone in the Globe, who put this terrible picture in the paper. And then, and it was a silly story. They made up a story that we met that night, that I came in a limo, I think. I came in a limo but went home with him. How they get these details that I put my arm around, it was funny actually to read, you know, were they in the car with us? First of all, it's not true. We had been living together already. So why isn't the truth enough? That's what fascinates me about these things. And then the mainstream press picks up this stuff from the junk from the tabloids, you know, which is really sick. So we said, no, he happened to be taking pictures with a wonderful photographer, his friend Deborah Wald. We were going out and we took these beautiful pictures. She took them like in a half an hour and then figured, why not, if you're going to write about us, you know, serve us a really nice picture instead of something that a Globe photographer caught. And there are spies. You know, we took one walk on the beach one time, and they, somewhere, it was a day that was not even a weekend, there was no one on the beach, and somehow they get a picture. Where is this photographer hiding? It's fascinating. She wanted to do impersonations for you and everything.
I was going to do whole Marty the Martian for you.
You guys had me in tears back there. Your union has absolutely, and the clips are beautiful. And you know, this girl. Thanks for giving me my life back.
Oh, how sweet is that? You too. Now, is it true, James Brolin, that I didn't mean to interrupt the kissing? Is it true that you never saw Funny Girl?
Never saw a Funny Girl.
What, did you live under a rock?
Well, I guess so.
Where were you when
I
the
was
Funny...
busy. I don't know.
You were
But
busy.
you know, I mean, our relationship was based on two people sitting down. She didn't know much about me. I didn't know much about her. It was a blind date.
If I had been there at the restaurant, I could have filled you in on your entire career, Amityville Horror, Marcus Welby. I could have named every movie she ever did. But no. Now, what's the deal? You had a really weird haircut when you first met?
It was a buzz cut. It was about this long. I was like a,
He looked like
a prickly pear.
Like a bullet with stubble.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it wasn't as gorgeous.
You remember my dark hair?
No.
Well, they had just shaved it off, Marine style.
Really?
Right.
And I had a little white that had grown out.
In spots,
And
like
I
a
had
skunk.
this date that night, which I tried to get out of. I was very insecure about my hair. I was very insecure about having a date with this person and who needed it. I'd been living alone for 3 years and finally decided I liked myself.
Yeah.
And
You know what's
how that
interesting,
is,
by
and
the
you'll
way?
never find
What's
anybody.
interesting is
Sorry.
that you can, I think you find someone, your soulmate, when you are okay with being with yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when you can appreciate your own solitude and your own company.
Right.
And then you can really let someone in, you know, when you're not desperate.